Welcome, Security 132 Online. Let's see. This is week 12. Within week 12, we do have, let's see, a test this week. Make sure you don't forget about that test, or in case you do forget about it, make sure you are doing Kaplan. The Kaplan codes, or I should say, make sure you are, if you have Kaplan codes, make sure you go back and look for Taylor Rowley's information. Right here. Go ahead and call her. Would probably be the quickest. You can email her also, and she does still get back to you. But to get it done quicker would be to call and start working on that. Let's see. For Kaplan, when you submit that to the Dropbox, it should be a link. Submit it to the Dropbox. I follow the link to a video you made, whether it's hosted on YouTube or you just share the file out. I still wouldn't even share the file out because that would require me to download it, and I could go to campus, and the internet's a little slow on campus. So let's see, your video should look like this. Hopefully a photo of you taking the exam, and then once you're done, I should see the score. This person right here, thankful enough to let me use this video of the new Kaplan. But once you get to the end, it should have a score and tell you how well you did. 48 minutes, 33 seconds are usually the time so far, about 40 minutes. So make sure you are, make sure you are making those videos and sending it to me. Remember, links. If I do go to campus, I'm unsure if I'll be able to download that big of a file there. Let's see, going to discussions. The discussions for this week were really reflective. People judging their passwords for the most part. 11-1s were judging the passwords. I always find it interesting to see just how strong my passwords are, or the new ones I come up with. Simply by plugging in variations to those sites and kind of getting a rough idea of just how strong the password is. I don't use one site. I use a combination of all the sites to get an idea of just how strong the password is. And remember, when you're doing those sites, that password cracking is based on the technology now. As we did in the project, remember that computer, CPU, RAM, it all plays into graphics cards now, or even all playing into the processes of cracking a password, which I find very interesting, very unique. Let's see. I'll start grading those probably not today, probably tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll get all the grades in. Once again, don't forget that test. Make sure you're doing Kaplan. This week we are doing access control or access management, right? Yeah, access management. We get some access control models, least privilege, DAC, MAC, mandatory access control, discretionary access control. Pay attention to the vocabulary in this chapter. It plays a key element too when we get to 13, 14, and 15 when we start to review. That's when we see how it really ties into everything. What else? We talk about implementing access control lists with ACLs, identity and access servers or services. We talk about a Kerberos server, a radio server, TalkUs and TalkUs Lite, LDAP, SAML. I'm trying to remember everything else. I believe that is most of chapter 12. Good work so far. Remember that the projects are located in the projects module down at the bottom. I thought I had it. Oh, I know what else I want to show. There is... Where is it at? Here. So when you're doing your security policy, a student reached out to me from last semester, and thankfully he just included this because he had a reflection about the time. So this time is about starting to work on your security policy. With this link here, instantsecuritypolicy.com, you're allowed to create one, I believe it's one free sample, one free policy. Make sure it includes two domains. One domain could be, I guess you'd look at here, acceptable use policy, confidential data policy. So just choose two topics to do your security policy on, and then make sure you submit it to the Dropbox. If you wanted to get more in depth and actually see what security policies consist of, please go to sans.org and feel free to look at their templates too. They should give you a good idea of what maybe goes into security policy with using the customsecuritypolicy.com. And I believe that's it for this week. Good job on all the discussions. They're very reflective, very enlightening. Um, Make sure to maybe even use that in the future if you come up with a password and you want to test it. Assess how secure it actually is. And that's it. Have a good week. I'll start grading soon, and let me know if you have any other questions.